if you're ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, our first question is going to be from Chris Henderson. I'm asking you to unmute now, Chris.
Can you hear me, Kristaps?
Yeah. What's up, Chris?
Man, what's up, boss? I hope all is well. So let me ask you a question, man. So one thing you love talking about is the fans and playing, when you hear the fans in the crowd and stuff, the momentum you gain. Now you're going to be playing sort of an open run type of game. Can you talk about the difference and how that's going to be without fans, per se?
Yeah, I think it's going to be weird, honestly. I think a big part of the game and of the whole atmosphere is the fans. They make they bring the energy. They give us the energy a lot of times. That's why the home court is so important, home court advantage. But this time it's going to be different. So I think we're all going to have to get used to it and just go with the flow and see how it goes. But it's definitely going to be more like I think the field is going to be more like a pickup game, like a high intensity, high level pickup game than an actual NBA game.
Cool, thank you. Our next question is going to be from Brad Townsend with the Dallas Morning News. Brad?
Hey, good to see you, KP. Appreciate you doing this. I guess I should, since I'm near the first, I should ask you more of a general question. How's it feel to be back? What's your excitement level versus maybe apprehension since we're still in the middle of a pandemic?
Yeah. I'm extremely excited to be back. I feel great. I was working out the whole time while I was back home. Fortunately, the situation was good back home, and there wasn't that many cases, and it wasn't as dangerous. And once I got back, once I got back, it was pretty much everything was back to normal. A lot of restaurants were open, and so I was able to do stuff with my family, go out for dinners and things like that, and spend some quality time with the family, and at the same time get some good work in. And but now I'm excited to be back. Excited to be back with the team, with the organization, and I'm looking forward to our first playoff experience. So it's going to be different, but I'm ready for it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, our next question is from Dorothy.
Hi, Steph. Did you ever decide to maybe not play? Like, what went into your decision to play versus opting out?
Yeah, that was not really in my mind. I knew if we had the opportunity to play and NBA was able to put it all together where it was safe for everybody, and there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to play and help the team. So it was not really a consideration from my part. I was just hoping that we will get back to it and finish the season that we started. I'm sorry, I just finished conditioning, so I'm still trying to catch my breath.
You're good. Our next question will be from Skylar from the AP.
AP, welcome back to the States, and thanks for doing this.
Thank you.
How would you say the layoff helped the ongoing recovery from the knee surgery, and do you anticipate the club sort of turning you loose and there not being any so-called load management games?
Yeah, I think as the season went on, for me it was pretty much back to normal. My knee was feeling great the whole time, and it was just a matter of me getting back into the rhythm, getting back into getting that feel for the game again, that touch around the rim and little things like that. And I feel like now with the extra time that we had to put in the individual work and get a lot of shots up and keep working on my game, I'll feel really comfortable on the court and I'll be really back into my rhythm and into the feel of the game. And also now I know the type of basketball we play, the system, and we had a lot of good conversations with Coach Carlisle. And I think I'm just ready. I'm ready to be back on the court and be ready to play the game that I love and I put so much work into.
Awesome, thanks. Eddie Sefko from Mavs.com will be next.
KP, can you hear me okay?
Sorry?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were rolling, obviously, before the the before the stoppage and had great chemistry with Luka. How bad was it to see that interrupted, and how tough is it going to be to get that back? And I'll have a follow up if I can.
I don't think it's going to be that tough. We've been working out with Luka also since we've been back, and I think for us, once we got to know a little bit more each other on the court, it was only a matter of time for us to really get that chemistry going, and I don't think we're going to take a step back. We're only looking forward, and we're only going to make steps forward in terms of that. So now it's heading in the right direction, and we're both excited to play with each other and to play with the rest of the guys, and I can feel we all got a little more extra juice now when we're working out, because we know what's coming. We know for a lot of guys it's going to be the first time that we experience this, and so everybody's working really, really hard, and we're ready to show that on the court.
And if I could, we know the Lakers and Clippers are kind of up there at 1 and 2 in the West. How much importance are you guys putting on making a push and getting higher than 7th?
Of course we want to win the most games we can. We're not really looking to avoid anybody. Obviously, those are going to be tough matchups, but we want to do the best we can, and then we'll see where we end up, and then we'll go from there. We don't want to try to go too far ahead, but we all, I think all of our mindsets are that we're a dangerous team, and I think we can surprise people, and that's got to be our mindset, and that's what we're working towards too. We're working hard, and that's it. That's our mindset going into the off season.
Thank you.
Both seasons, sorry.
Thank you. All right, Callie.
Hey, KP. Thanks for doing this for us. I have kind of a two-part question. First, how does this layoff compare to what you have gone through with the long-term knee recovery? And on top of that, what specifically might have helped prepare you for this, whether physically or mentally?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I was feeling great already during the season. The mistake maybe that I made was going into starting a new season, especially after an injury, was I worked a lot on the physical aspect, and I really wanted to get stronger and get bigger, and it was a big difference from when right before I got hurt, how I was, in what shape I was, how I was feeling on the court, and then once I started the new season, and it took me a little while to start feeling again the way I should be feeling on the court, and now I know what works and what doesn't work for me. So now I'm trying to find the optimal shape that I need to be in to be able to play at the highest level and to feel the best I can on the court, because at the end of the day we're basketball players, and I have to get the ball in the hoop and do those kind of things on the court. So obviously the extra time just gave all of us more time to recover from little things that we all have going on. Basically everybody has something always, and we just play through it. So this extra time gave a lot of guys the opportunity to heal those little things, to be even in a better shape and to feel even better now when we come back.
Great, thank you. Doyle, I am unmuting you now.
Is there anything that you've been working on in terms of specific, a new element to your game since you've been, in quarantine?
Yes, but I can't talk about it. It's a secret. I have to show it on the court.
All right.
We'll be looking forward to seeing that. All right, Tim Cato.
Hey, KP. So you're about to go to the postseason for the first time in your career. I would have to imagine it doesn't feel like that, or it at least feels very weird. And then the natural follow-up is that although it's going to be a weird postseason, do you think that it might not be until next season until you get the proper postseason experience? How much is this tournament coming up going to give you the understanding of what the postseason is like going forward and into the rest of your career?
Yeah, well, it's hard for me to predict that, how it's going to be. This is going to be on my first experience, and no matter what the circumstances are, I'm going to try to get the most out of it and get the most experience and play the highest level basketball I've ever played. So I'm looking forward to that, and then going forward, we'll see how it is. But my goal is to have a postseason every year from now on. So this is going to be the first one, and I'm looking forward to the next ones, hopefully when we have fans back.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dwayne, you're up next.
Hey, KP, how you doing today?
I like the swag. I like the hat.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. There's a lot of players already tested positive for the COVID-19. What's your biggest fear as you guys go down to Orlando in the bubble? And I have a follow-up question.
Biggest fear? I don't know. I don't really think about it too much. I don't really focus on it. I think the most important thing for us now is everybody stays safe. We don't do stuff that we're not supposed to. Right now, it's important that we get to the bubble safe and healthy. And then once we're in there, we'll see what the circumstances are, and we'll go from there. But we can't be scared and worry about all the little things. We just have to, do our job and make sure we do the right thing.
And there's a lot of talk about you guys playing without fans in the stand. What type of player do you think that will excel without fans in the stands?
What type of player?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think probably whoever doesn't need that extra push from the fans. A lot of times that does give you energy, and that does give you more juice to work hard on defense for a couple of possessions. Because the fans get into it. But now I think it's going to be more on us to find that inner energy, strength to just play the whole game, no matter what the score is, and sometimes it can work for you, and sometimes it can work against you, but it's going to be same for everybody. So we'll just play and see how it goes.
I appreciate it, and I'll get you one of these hats for you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Saad, you're up.
Hey, KP, good to see you. When you've come back now, what's the biggest challenge been for you guys? Is it for you personally? Has it been, the shooting touch, the conditioning? What kind of stuff has been the most challenging?
I wouldn't say there was anything challenging. As I said, my mindset the whole time once we stopped the season because of the virus, my mind hasn't really turned off completely. During the season, I feel like you have to stay a little bit on edge the whole time. You have to be ready to go no matter, what you have a game or no. That's just how I am, and I never really turned it off. And I knew if we had the chance, then I have to be ready physically, mentally, and in every other aspect. So I stayed ready the whole time, and I feel great. I feel great physically. I'm super excited. Mentally, I'm there. I was able to feel little things that I had going on, and I'm super excited to get back on the course. So, let's hope it all works out and we can enjoy some basketball.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. We've got two more in English, and then we'll do a couple in Spanish, KP. The next English is coming from Keith.
Kristaps, you said you're not fearful and you never thought about not coming back, but how much do you respect the vulnerability of all the professional athletes across the entire sports world who have expressed major fear, and some of whom have chosen not to go back to their respective sports because they're so fearful of getting sick?
Yeah. Everybody's situation is different, obviously. I'm a guy with without kids and family and those kind of things. So maybe I'm more fearless in that kind of sense. But if you have a different situation, then you can't really judge anybody for making a different decision. And I think everybody is just trying to look out for their own families and for their own safety. So whatever everybody decides, that's the best for them.
Great. And our final English question will be from Byron.
Hey, KP, how's it going? Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right. During the whole time, during the pandemic and over there working out and getting yourself back in shape, taking time off from basketball, what were the TV shows or movies that you probably caught up on while taking a rest?
I'm not a big movie guy. I'm not really big into like TV shows and stuff. What I did watch was, obviously, everybody had to watch it. Tiger King. I mean, it was the most insane series I've ever seen. Every time I thought it was, that was already too much, then something crazier happened. So that was one of my favorite series to watch. And then I like to rewatch movies that I know that are good movies. So one of my favorite movies of all time is The Wolf of Wall Street. There's just so much action in that movie that that's one of my favorite ones. And then some other ones that I just like to rewatch and or just put something in the background while I'm doing something. So so that was how I spent some of the time off that I had. But I spent a lot of time in the gym and I spent a lot of time with my family. So didn't really catch up on that many new TV shows.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, we'll move over into a couple of Spanish. We've got Eugenio from Somos Mavs.
Hola, Kristaps. Buenas tardes. ¿Qué has hecho para mantenerte en forma y estar listo para continuar con la temporada?
Todo este tiempo cuando estaba en casa, estaba entrenando individualmente con mi hermano mayor y la verdad que hemos hecho un buen trabajo. Me encuentro muy bien físicamente, me encuentro muy bien en la pista y tengo ganas de empezar la postemporada y esperemos que podamos sorprender a mucha gente.
Perfecto.
Gracias.
Thank you. And our final question will be from Carlos Nava with ESPN Deportes.
Hola, Kristaps, qué gusto verte nuevamente. Kristaps, dado lo que está sucediendo, el crecimiento de casos de coronavirus, no solo en Texas, sino en Florida, en otras partes, lo que ha salido en algunas pruebas de la NBA y de la Major League Soccer incluso, ¿cómo te sientes de jugar, de regresar, de estar pues, prácticamente unos días, de comenzar formalmente una travesía que nunca nadie ha atravesado, ¿no? La de ir a jugar 8 partidos y luego playoff?
Sí, bueno, la verdad que la situación es un poco rara, un poco dura para todo el mundo. Nosotros estamos intentando cumplir nuestra parte y estar lo más seguro que podamos. Estamos siguiendo todos los protocolos que hay que seguir aquí en el Practice Facility. Estamos intentando llegar a Orlando lo más seguro posible y con la mejor salud posible. Pero bueno, la situación es un poco dura. Sí sé que hay muchos casos y por eso es tan importante que estemos siguiendo las reglas que hay que seguir. Y a ver, esperemos que lleguemos ahí todo el mundo y podamos seguir la temporada.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Okay, KP, Fib, can we do one more in Spanish and then I'll let you go and you won't have to hear from me.
I enjoyed that, you guys. It's all good.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ariana, go ahead.
Hey, KP, gracias por hacer esta entrevista. Te quería preguntar sobre los fanáticos, ¿no? Hablaste en español, pero sabemos la gran diferencia que va a ser esta temporada, esta postemporada, sin la presencia de ellos. Hablabas, de hecho, en inglés sobre el tipo de jugador que tiene que sobresalir en un escenario tan diferente. ¿Nos puedes decir de esto en español, por favor?
Sí, bueno, como lo he dicho, yo creo que va a ser bastante diferente esta postemporada con las otras. Para mí va a ser mi primera experiencia, así que no tengo con otros casos que comparar. Pero bueno, va a ser mi primera experiencia, quiero disfrutarla al máximo y yo creo que el que va a ser el más duro mentalmente es el que va a poder llegar lejos en esta postemporada, porque jugar sin aficionados va a ser raro y va a ser más difícil, yo creo. Así que nada, la situación es como es y esperemos que podamos sorprender a la gente.
Awesome. Okay, that was really the last one. So thank you so much, KP. We'll talk to you again in a similar setting in Orlando, but nice to see you. Thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
All right.